Good morning, viewers. This is Shivain, and I welcome you to another episode of Milepost. Today's guest is Shri S.P. Oswal. He is the chairman of Vardhman Textiles and is the biggest name in the world of business from the city of Ludhiana and beyond. A devotee of Shri Aurobindo, he lives a very simple life and brought a new concept of compassionate capitalism. The government of India recognized his contributions with a Padma Bhushan in 2010. We recognize him as the pride and legend of Punjab. Let's hear his story. This interview is brought to you by Ludhiana Angels Network. Good morning, sir. Welcome to Milepost.
Morning.
Sir, you are an inspiration to thousands of businessmen. So, who is your inspiration?
When I started business after my education in Chandigarh, it was Mr. J.R.D. Tata. And luckily I had the opportunity to meet him also, but only to shake hand, not that personal meeting in his office. So I felt very excited to go and shake hand with him. So I had the opportunity of privilege of shaking hand with him. And that was very satisfactory for me.
So, as per to your consideration, who is the greatest Indian of all time?
You see, if you see that number of persons who have influenced Indian civilization and Indian value system, I mean, of course, he may not be human being, but he came as an incarnation of human being, like a new God really. I would say, if you have to look at, it is a Lord Krishna.
Okay. Sir, please tell us about the Vardhman story, how it started and why it started.
You see, Vardhman was started not by me, but by my uncle and my father, Vidyasagar Oswal, and my father, Sri Ratan Oswal. They were together in business.
The two brothers.
At that time, Oswal business.
They were two brothers.
They're two brothers. No, they're four brothers. Of course, I mean, one brother never had a business interest. Did not come in business. Three brothers were common, but I think there was a separation in the year 1968 or 65, 66. And so he had a lot of Lakshman Dasji, Oswal. So he was the eldest. Okay. And so they got a license to produce 25 spinning yarn for about 15,000, 12,000 spindles at that time. Okay. To set up. They were earlier in woolen yarn, hosiery, worsted yarn, and but then at that time the government had announced a policy of liberalizing the cotton spinning industry and give licenses. But licenses were essential at that time. It's not completely open for setting up anybody. De-license it was not so. So they also applied it. And they set up this in 1965.
Okay.
So my father, at that time, I was in the post-graduation in commerce, M.Com, in Chandigarh.
Okay.
So my father told me that you will look after Vardhman. And even 1963-64, when its foundations were being laid, at that time he had mentioned to me. Of course, our plant was commissioned sometime in August, on 15th of August.
15th August.
1965. So I wrote a thesis. It was a very good thesis. I worked very hard on that.
I heard that you are a gold medalist.
Yeah, I got a gold medal from Punjab University for standing first in M.Com in 1966.
So you are very famous for compassionate capitalism. How it came through?
I am not a very consumer-oriented person, consumption-oriented person. Conspicuous consumption is not part of my character. And possession is not my virtue or vice. I possess this, I demonstrate. Demonstrable consumption, conspicuous consumption. But somehow it doesn't gel with me. Because what I see is around my society, that still our society is poor as a whole, and there's a lot of poverty we need to develop and bring people out of that. And therefore, I thought that to be compassionate is to help some people. It gives me inner satisfaction. So therefore, I like to, we call not capitalism, compassion is here. But when I come perform my duty, I am also very strict and hard. I do not look at the individual tears at the time. I say, look, institutions cannot be damaged. And the human being can be saved? No. We are all first paramount concentration is institution and then humanity. We service institutions also. So any person who damages the institution, undermines the institution, he is not friendly to friendly society. And he has to go out even. I can terminate and hire people, but I am not whimsical.
Okay. Your answer made me so emotional, I forgot the next question. So what is that one non-negotiable principle that you follow at Vardhman?
See, one is that I never damage the human dignity. I always say, even if a person has made a very serious mistake, reprimand him, make him realize his mistake, or punish him. Even if you want to terminate him without, dehumanizing him, without causing any damage to his human dignity. We call self-esteem is more important for a person to live whole life. Even if the person has done the biggest mistake, I say, look, ask him to leave instantly if you cannot even give him a notice because he doesn't deserve that. But at the same time,
With respect.
with the due dignity. No use of words which are derogatory to the human dignity. Thanks him for all the good or bad which he has done to the organization. That's okay. But something I don't cross that Lakshman Rekha.
Okay. So from your childhood?
I don't know in my professional conduct. At my childhood, I never had these opportunities. Maybe that I won't say, but then it has come from a part of my bring up.
Okay. Sir, you are deeply inspired by Sri Aurobindo?
Yeah.
So Sri Aurobindo's teachings are very famous. What are the 3 things that you follow in daily life that are inspired from Sri Aurobindo?
You see, inspiration is one, but adopting them in life is another issue. But then what has inspired me, I will tell you. I may not be able to implement fully in my lifetime. That's another issue. But then I try my hard. See, one is that Shri Aurobindo has urged their followers and sadhaks that you must not shun action.
Okay.
Action is important. Work is important. Even actionless is also an action.
Okay.
This is what the typical word he has used. So action is important in life. Keep on working. But what is the motive of work? You work and consecrate to the divine. In obedience to the divine, your duty to do work and not because you are attached to the result of it. Which Gita also says.
Gita says.
So what is important is detached way of working. I try as much as I can, but as human being, as nature, we also be a part of it. But sometimes you just feel. So equality of mind is another issue. Equality of mind means that what Shri Aurobindo says is that you try to be equal in good and bad things, in glory and infamity. When we are infamous, also sometimes you have done something wrong, that's all right. But be equal, you have done it, correct it. Or happiness and sorrow. You have good health and sickness. And you are not doing it is a divine who is inspiring you to do. So you must understand that. So I think I am influenced by Shri Aurobindo and I try to translate that into my action also in my life as much as I can. But more important is that you look at your inner self, which is much greater than your outward self. It's a very, he has given a new meaning to the Indian philosophy, more practical, of course very tough writing, no doubt, but at the same time, I find it is I've never found a philosopher like
Better than him.
so far.
I relate to that because I studied from an integral education.
Yeah. So you are familiar with that?
Yes, yes. When you were taking decisions for the company, what was your age?
And that have just come from the college.
22, 23?
I was in 1966. I was 23.
Oh.
22, 23.
And your father was strict?
Yeah, you see that he was a little strict. I give you an example how he influenced me in my being non-possessive. When I was a student in MCOM in Chandigarh, I used to live in sector 18.
Okay.
From 18, I used to go on bicycle to sector 14.
Okay.
So some of my friends provoked me sometime. S.P, you are family such a rich person, and why do you come on bicycle? Why you want to have this scooter? In that time, scooter was important. Bajaj was a different name. So I thought, let me just ask my father if he can. So I asked my father, Chachaji, think I can get a scooter? His answer was one sentence. You are a student, live like a student. Wow. So that I never replied back. I never felt sore about it. I accepted and I felt. And I never thought about it, but it changed my character, I don't need it. I know resentment. Because father was my model, role model for me. Because I lived up to him. He wanted me to be first. I could not get a scholarship in matriculate. He wanted me to get a scholarship. His ambition was, his wish was. But I could not fulfill it. Then he said, no, don't worry. But then carry on with the effort. But he was not a person who will ever rebuke me for not achieving something. But he will encourage me, inspire me. So that way, I'm grateful to him. I'm stable today. And so I was the only person in my family who lived up to him and wanted to fulfill his expectation. Whatever. So that inspired me a great deal to achieve. So he feels happy.
Okay, so that he is happy. As a father yourself, how did you manage the chairman versus dad for Suchita Man?
You see, I was quite busy and occupied as a chairman. This business was expanding. And I was a very detail-oriented person. And I sent my daughter to school early in Mussoorie first.
Okay.
But then we brought her back after 1-2 years because we felt that...
Mussoorie Willems? Which school?
It was in Mussoorie. It was near the Sawai Hotel. The school was there.
Okay.
It was a good school, English school. But then we brought her back. But my wife was more responsible to bring her up. I was less interested, but then I think she has got impressions from me. Hard work, detail orientation, etc. So I think overall she's helping me now in business, but I am helping her now because I want ultimately to hand over the business to her.
Okay.
These are now my years to remain very focused and active, but I am. But after that, I think she will take over, and then my 2 granddaughters. And because my daughter is married to Sachet Jain, and Sachet Jain is a very intelligent person and looking after steel business in Vardhman Group.
Last year I took an interview
of
Sachet Jain sir.
Okay. He is a learned person.
Amazing interview. I mean, he is so witty, so smart.
You see that intellectually he is very high. Much better. So I tell my granddaughter, you have taken intellect from your father and character and detail orientation from me as a problem-solving attitude.
Coming back to Sachet Jain sir, how did you meet him first? And when did you decide that he is the right fit for your daughter?
You see, honestly speaking, we were looking for a husband for my daughter. There were 2-3 options which he contemplated. One was that we should marry a business family. Second was that she was the only daughter.
Hmm.
So we wanted to look for a person who could come in business and join us.
Okay.
So then we decided that second option is better.
Okay.
And luckily, somebody from in our family, there is a lady from Patiala, not in my wife's family.
Okay.
Some lady who was married to her brother. She from Patiala. So she knew their family.
Okay.
They are also Patiala.
Okay. They're from Patiala.
They were Patiala, but his father was working in railway. He retired as a general manager in railway.
Okay.
He was in Banaras at that time, his father. So he had come to Patiala at that time, and he was working there in Patiala in the railways workshop. Patiala is a railway workshop. They're manufacturing something over there. So then she first asked us. I said, okay. She proposed them. We proposed. I wanted to see. We saw him. I said, okay, I like him. He was tall, intelligent, and working at that time in Hindustan Liver. He was posted in Bihar at that time. And management training, you may call it, marketing. So, of course, they were first elected.
Okay.
Because Rajinder ji, his father's name, he told me the story. He said that how to marry your son in such a big family. And they cannot compare. So that's normally inequality comes in. And then they talked to gentleman, Mr. Mohan, who was in Chandigarh, and he was in the railway, and then working in the government. Full name I forget now, but I think last was Mohan. Bishop Mohan is a good author. First, of course, they told their family, we have some reservation. Then later on, when he checked with him, he said, no, he used to come and meet me in industrial meeting with the chief minister.
Okay.
And he knew me quite well. So they gave him, Rajinder ji, a different opinion. He said, Mr. Oswal, don't consider him a rich man. He's a rich man, no doubt. But at the same time, he's not that kind of rich.
Okay.
You are drinking all. So, as you told me, compassionate capitalism, etc.
You're very down to earth.
So, then they decided. Then they said, okay, you can. So, this way, ultimately, this happened. This event could be solemnized. And so, we are lucky and to have him as my son-in-law. And I feel proud also, honestly speaking. Brilliant person. And I think this is how sometimes fortune hoti hai, like, and again you will be surprised that this is blessing of Shri Aurobindo and mother. Why? I'm telling you a real story. I and my wife were worried about, we're not able to get, and we wanted somebody in Jain family if we can, be much better. But we were not able to identify, even and we were open to. But then we never wanted somebody which is a family which is rich enough, have their own business, etc. There were a lot of offers came from Rajasthan, Jains also. So we normally used to go to Pondicherry on 31st of December.
Okay. They have a mass meditation.
1982, 1982 to 2013 we were regular. Every year, we have not spent New Year anywhere other than Pondicherry.
Okay.
My wife used to go in the morning on the 1st of January for meditation. I'll just walk and go and make my prayer and after breakfast, etc. And I come back on 1st after visiting Aurobindo. So then I prayed and my wife prayed, Ma, we are worried about my daughter's engagement and marriage. I'll bless you, bless us. And you'll be surprised. Within 2-3 days, a message came for Patiala.
Wow.
Just imagine. But this is how, this is like a coincidence, people may take it. Coincidence also, I may take it as a blessing of mother.
Okay. So who is a better father? You or your father or Sachin Jain sir?
Dekho, everyone is a good father so long as they perform their duty very well. The different context of time. In the context of time when I was my father to look after my daughter, I did my duty very well.
Okay.
And so I think Satya Jain has done his duty also according to, in my way, because they're bringing up their two daughters very well. I gave them education, sent them to in UK also for even normal high education.
Okay.
And
So they're into management?
yeah, one daughter she has done from London Business School.
Okay.
The other done from Hyderabad.
ISP?
Haan,
ISP Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Okay. What time you have your breakfast, your lunch and your dinner?
You see, nowadays I'm very disciplined. Earlier I used not to be so much
Okay.
when I was younger age, but after that now, maybe in the last 20 years, I've been very disciplined, knowing my age, my frailties, and also that I am suffering from myeloma, which is a cancer. I have a cancer, bone marrow cancer,
And when it was detected?
2010. Oh, don't be worried. I'm quite okay.
From then on, you have changed your diet, your times and all.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I've been, I don't take tea in the morning. I take my breakfast. I take only, what do you call, amla ka ras in the morning.
Okay.
And
That's the first thing you have. Amla ka ras.
yeah. So first in the morning, I take a glass of water with the lemon.
Okay.
And have my walk.
Okay.
And then I did my yoga
Okay.
and some exercises. I have a normal routine, finish it. Then I take my breakfast. And lunch, in between I take some fruit. And lunch I take about before by 1 o'clock. I try to finish. Sometimes it's late. Otherwise, normally I'm not there.
Okay.
So, when in between I take tea or some fruit and tea.
Okay.
And dinner I take by 6:30 to 7.
By 7, it is done.
Finished. After that, I have to take, nowadays in winter time, I take Kashmiri kawa, with some seeds and nuts, etc.
Okay. And what's your favorite food?
Anything which is nutritious.
And in case if you are throwing a friendly party, what dish you would serve?
You'll be surprised. I am not a party goer or party giver. So far, I have not.
I mean,
I have not had any except very little, very few parties I may have hosted.
oh,
No, I am not. I'm not very social on that account. Somehow a little more introvert type of person. But I am not that introvert that I don't go out public. But I meet people, I have good conversation, I meet politicians, etc. I can argue my cases very well. I'm not shy. But at the same time, I do not spend time on these too much. And I don't go into the hassle of giving a party, organizing this, invitation, this, that. I say it's too much of a trouble for me. And even I am believing in simplicity, I tell you. When I married my daughter, my wife, and we decided one function, no more than one function. Reception, Ashoka Hotel, Delhi. In that days, of course, there were terrace time, and therefore, but even then, people used to have celebration, then Delhi or anywhere, or Goa or somewhere, no. And when I told my Sambandhi, I say, where do you bring yours? Why Sajib should come on riding a horse or a mare? When he comes in a Mercedes car, and that's okay. In olden time, horse was the costliest mode of transport.
so that's the only reason they used to have
So
it.
people used to sit on the horse because the costliest transport. But nowadays, costliest is Mercedes. Why do you? See, I'm a very change-oriented person. I feel that you should not stick to the old traditions.
You got to question them.
Question them. If that valid today, that's understandable.
Okay.
You see, tradition and values are different. Tradition is different and values are different. What our philosophy teaches us, what Gita teaches us, they are values, principles of life, not the traditions. But people make more traditions out of that.
Traditions are meant to change.
Yeah.
Okay.
The principles must be understood. Substance, then shadow. I'm a man of substance, not that man of shadow.
Oh, wow. Rightly said. Rightly said. What's your hobby, sir?
hobby nowadays is reading books or reading
What kind of books?
philosophy. I read. I have been in the past reading history also. I read good amount of history, whether it's a Roman Empire or a Mughal Empire, and even Aryans who came to India olden time. So because history teaches us a lot. So I'm quite well informed on history, Indian history also, but not all the world history, but Roman history I have read more. And Genghis Khan, I read full his biography of Genghis Khan, 3 volumes. I read it because I wanted to know the kind of cruelty he committed and the kind of bravery he showed also. Because there is a very thin line between bravery and cruelty in the olden time. The context of time has to be seen. Because at that time, cruelty was part of bravery. Because you wanted to dominate. And domination will mean that you have to destroy first, then only you can dominate.
Yes, yeah. And his father was killed, by the way.
Huh?
So his father was killed.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons, obviously, he had a reason to show that cruelty.
Oh no, but then you see those Mongols at that time in that area, I mean, cruelty was part of the tribal culture. It was not something, they would say, okay, I mean, killing a human being is no matter.
Right.
So, but what I'm saying is that, I mean, we, of course, you asked me, the question was different. We went into...
No, that is completely fine. That is completely fine. So we are having a conversation. So obviously digression is completely fine. So who is your favorite personality from history, by the way, if you can answer that?
You see, if you, I find Augustus in Roman Empire
Okay.
was one of the very good rulers
Okay.
in Roman Empire.
Yeah. The one who actually, invented, rather, gave us stoic principles.
He reformed the society, he built democratic system over there, and he treated also himself, retired himself. And that is, of course, olden time.
Yes. So coming to history, so we'll move on to the very recent past. How challenging was the 1980s for you and your family when, Punjab was in turmoil?
In the 1980s, no doubt, there were tremendous pressure on us, and threats were there. Undoubtedly, we were asked by the authorities also here that you please do not go alone, and number 2, that don't try to keep your face open, always try to read the newspaper, cover yourself where people don't notice you. So those kinds of things which can intimidate you also. But nevertheless, we had to perform our duty. We continued, and of course, we got our own people trained in the use of arms, but we never asked them to give us any constables, etc. But we went on, and since our corporate setting is here, we never felt like we have to leave and go to Delhi or anywhere. So I said, this is a phase of life which will pass. And let's continue to do our duty. The only thing is, avoid going outside. So I used to go to playing badminton there, and then I stopped it.
Okay, during that particular period.
I stopped going to, Rose Garden for walk also. So I developed certain habits to do my exercise and my walk, etc. in the home, within the boundary wall of my house. We had enough land at that time over there. So I think we have to reorganize our activity, morning routines or whatever life routines are, so that we remain healthy also. Sometimes, as you say, you have to be a fighter. So fighter instinct has to prevail everywhere. Now, even if I am today suffering from myeloma, I have to have a fighter instinct. Okay, it has come now. I cannot wish it away. It is my companion. How friendly I can make him, that is important. So it doesn't overpower me. And we live together.
Sir, 2010, it's a roller coaster ride for you. Your health was not good, but at the same time you got Padma Bhushan from the government of India. So what was the mood and what I
Padma Bhushan did not get in 2010. I think it was maybe conferred on that year, maybe 2005 or something like that.
I think Chat GPT got me wrong.
Sorry,
Yes.
yes, I got it. You see that at that because I got Pradhan Bhushan conferred on me on 2010, but I got the news in the month of October,
Okay.
November.
Okay.
After that,
Okay.
I had gone to USA, UK, sorry, and from UK I had gone for a different, checkup with the Dr. Denning.
Okay.
In Manchester.
Okay.
So he was a specialist in what you call this sinusitis.
Okay. Sorry.
I used to have a lot of sinusitis.
Right.
So then he told me to test, and then after that he sent me a letter when he showed me that please get it. So 2010 in December, November, when I got this letter, after that I went to Delhi. So then I checked up and I was discovered because he had given me that you have some symptoms of the result is showing that you have some myeloma. So please get evaluated. So I went to doctor in Delhi, hematologist. So she found, yes, all the tests showing, but it was smoldering, or not anything which had required treatment at that time. So, but then Padam Bhushan got conferred to me earlier, but information was given to me sometime in the month of January, 2010.
Okay. So did you go to Rashtrapati Bhavan to
Yeah,
get? Okay. So you got it from the president of
yeah.
India.
That's photograph is there.
Yeah. Yes. Sir, why Vardhman never tried to have a D2C brand like Monte Carlo?
You see, we do not have it because our product line was different. We were not into hosiery, and we did not make any garments, etc. And of course, even today we make some garment like shirts, but I have strictly told them we will not go into branding. I say branding is a different business altogether because it requires not necessarily manufacturing then. You can get it manufactured, but you have to make your brand management. Brand management is a different strategy altogether. It is marketing oriented brand management, which is a different subject. We are a manufacturer. So manufacturing excellence requires different approach,
And make the
different
brand
strategy. So this is where difference comes in. Sometimes we are more tempted to have consumer article. Consumer article requires different management strategy altogether. So we are trying to keep away from there for the time being. I cannot for the future, but I am talking of today because our manufacturing base is so strong.
Okay. So it's not in the pipeline also.
No, not immediately.
So not immediately.
No.
Okay. Sir, the startup system in Punjab, it's coming up. But then if you look at the venture capitals, they're absolutely not there. There are no real venture capitals in Punjab. What's your take on it?
It's a good thought. When Mr. Roy talked to me today while talking about this evening your podcast, so I was tempted to think of it. So I think we'll conceive some ideas on it now. That in Ludhiana we have got a very strong entrepreneurial base.
Yes.
A lot of people are innovative here.
Yes.
Entrepreneurship is so much throbbing in the society. But he told me that sometimes the scarcity of capital for people having good ideas in implementing them. Then I said, okay, this seems to be a good idea to have some venture, and as a Vardhman we can create. So I will now mull over it and try to give a shape if I can to the consent of my board of directors.
Wow. Amazing news coming up. So what's your favorite startup? If you have any?
No, I don't.
No, you don't follow the startup system. Okay. Are you into movies? You go to movies?
And now the last 50 years I have not seen a single movie. After my wife fell sick,
Okay.
I have not seen a single movie.
Not even in home. Not.
At home we have seen in the past, but I don't remember much, except that I see Pakistani plays.
Okay.
I find there is some merit in that play and keeps me occupied sometime when I feel little divergent from my normal life.
Okay. So who is your favorite actor and actress for sure?
You see, if I go by my favorite actor was Dilip Kumar.
Okay.
Mm.
And favorite actress?
Actress was, if you really ask me, Vijanti Mala.
Baijanti Mala. So if you have to cite an example of this is the way to do business, which company you would cite?
You see, I'm influenced by Tatas. As I said, that fairness, ethical conduct, and honoring commitments, merit-oriented, social obligations, they never harm the society, environment. This is a classic example of a great tradition of business, which should be understood and imbibed by.
One thing that you would tell to parents on parenting, how they should parent their kids.
We always feel that parents must give, while we are exposing them to modern life, we should never forget our scriptures. The lessons from scriptures teach us how to live and how to work and how to deal with wealth. Otherwise, wealth will make you mad. Now, wealth is a kind of ego you can generate. And what Gita teaches us is a helper, ego is a barrier. It's a great lesson of Gita, I would call it. And Shri Aurobindo has explained it so beautifully in the Life Divine.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure talking to you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.